Welcome to Behind the Booth, the podcast behind the scenes where we explore the journey and the grit behind high-impact creatives. I don't have to introduce my friend sitting next to me, but for y'all who don't know, this is Kim Stratton.
Hi.
She is a phenomenal, world-famous gospel singer and chef.
Your check's in the mail.
And senior tithes and offerings, DDP Music World. And she is blending them both for to minister to the soul. The food ministers to the soul, the music ministers to the soul. And I'm so glad to have her on the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
I love this new hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a method to the madness.
That's
I'm
a nice
getting used to it. I'm getting used to it because, I've been bald for so long. And then this gray stuff started happening, and I was like, what the world? But did you notice that during the pandemic, like when the pandemic was over, everybody came back in the streets, everybody was gray?
Everybody was gray, yeah. Well, no, you know what? And my wife said that. People, I feel like it aged people. The stress of it.
Yeah.
If you look at pictures before the pandemic, and not even after, in the middle, we aged. That stress put something on us, didn't it? Yeah. That's all right. We still black and we don't crack.
Right.
You know,
and that gray came through, and it was like, I ain't going that way. We on your head, and we ain't going nowhere. And so I was like, okay, you win.
So listen, tell us about how it started for you. I want to know where did the call for music come from? When did you know that this is what I'm called to do for people? I
didn't know. It happened.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I really didn't know. Because I grew up in an atmosphere where, I was just a church girl singing in a choir. So I had no idea that something like this would be part of my destiny. And then I didn't have, my circle of influence around me and stuff. Nobody believed in me, so it was like, ain't nobody gonna give you no record deal. And so, people say that enough in your ear, you start to believe it. And so I didn't think.
See, talking to somebody out there where people, and that's another thing. We gotta stop telling people what we're doing before it's done. Right? Because people will talk you out of, do you hear me? Everything. And it's not really about you. It ain't really about if they feel like you can do it. It's more of, who do you think you are?
Right.
To go after your goals.
And that was
go after your dreams. Like what to have the audacity. You understand? To go after who do you think you are? And it's a self-reflection.
Why would God do that for you?
Yeah, it's a reflection on them. So that's really, I never knew that. But that's good. So people didn't believe in you. So what happened? How did you get here?
I started to crash my hard drive and not believe what they said. Because the feeling of me doing it was increasing more and more, and the loudness of my vision and my dream became louder than what people were saying in my ear. And so I found myself in a place where I had to trust God. And I was watching the Stellar Awards. It was the last Stellar Awards that was it was second to the last Stellar Awards that was in Chicago. Yolanda Adams was on stage. She's singing, "Let Us Worship Christ Our Savior." And I was sitting there watching it, and before I knew it, I said out of my mouth, I'll be singing on that stage next year. I'm singing on that stage. And my kids and family and stuff started laughing. It was like, how about you get a contract first? And would you believe?
The family be the worst ones, don't they?
No.
You think them the ones that's going to back you up and they be the ones? That's
but
crazy.
Guess what?
Yeah.
The next year, I was on that same stage.
Wow.
And I wound up with a recording contract with Glorious Music, a division of Integrity Music. And my producer came to me in October, and that year in 1994. And he said, "Kim, you've been nominated for a Stella." I was like, "Oh man, that's
on your first record."
Yes, Jehovah Jireh.
let's talk about how awesome that is, first of all. And I'm not put people names out there, but there are artists who have been in this business for 15, 20 years who have never been nominated. Ernest Pugh got his first nomination last year.
I know.
His very first. We talking about Rain on Us, Let You Go. He had hits.
And I would have thought that he had.
Yeah, no, and he hadn't. And for you to get it on your first record is huge.
I was nominated for a Stellar Award, and I hadn't even been out 9 months. And so my producer called me. His name was Brian Williams. Mm-hmm. And Brian said, "Kim, you've been nominated." And then I was happy, but then it hit me. I was like, but that ain't what God said. God said I'm singing. And I told Brian, I said, "Brian, I want to sing." Mm-hmm. He said, "All right." And 2 weeks later, he called me back. He said, "Stratton, you on the show."
Wow.
And actually 1 year later, I was standing on the same stage.
Wow, that Yolanda Adams was on. Shout out to Brian Wilson. Listen, relationships are important, okay?
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, I would say in this business, relationships are more valuable than gold and diamonds.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially when you can trust.
Yeah, and stop being so quick to cut people off, because you never know. You never know who is going to be the person that's going to break you out. I've been knowing you for years, and some of this stuff I didn't know. Now, I feel like you skipped over a little stuff, because there's some people out here who are artists, and they want to know, how did you...
Can I tell you how I got the contract?
Yeah. No, like, how did all that happen?
So I was singing. I don't know if you remember this. There was a group out in the 90s, in the late 80s, called Abe Cook and Renewed Spirit.
It sounds familiar.
And the owner of the group, he passed away. But we went to Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, to sing. And it was an outdoor event, and the purpose was to stamp out illiteracy. And so it was Abe Cook's vision, and it was Abe sung all the songs. But I had one lead called Sweet Jesus, and I only had a 30-second solo. And I sung my 30-second solo.
Yeah.
And what I did not know was that Brian and what's that actor on Amen?
Which one? The Jefferson one?
He was the pastor.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
The lady was always trying to...
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he was out there, and they were fighting over me.
Oh, wow.
Who was going to approach me?
Wow.
And who was going to sign me? And Brian said, "I'm going to get that girl. She's going to be on my label." He said, "No, I'm going to get her." And Brian came to me and got to me first. And I wound up with a recording track. But even back in the day, a little more, when Abe called me to go down there, I ain't had no money. I was living in the projects.
Oh, wow.
And when he said, "We want to go," my spirit said yes. My circumstances said no. So I got on that van with $5 in my pocket, a bag lunch, food stamps, and Alka-Seltzer.
This sounds like a Tyler Perry movie. This sounds like
to
this
go to Jackson, Mississippi. This
on the
is
movie.
A true
No, that's
story.
not him. Yeah, that's not him.
It's a true story.
Wow. I never knew all this.
And you asked me why I had Alka-Seltzer.
Why'd you have Alka-Seltzer?
Because it would put me to sleep. So when they got off the bus, I'd be asleep. And I didn't have to let them know I ain't had no money. And we were gone for 4 days.
Wow.
And so I just packed me some lunch with some bologna sandwich and some chips. And I froze me some sodas and some water. And I got on the bus and went to the back. And
That's incredible. That's an incredible story.
And ran smack dab into destiny and purpose. Now, what if I would have said no? Because my circumstances says there's no way possible that you can go 4 days with no money, hotel, and all of that.
Well, that would have told God that you don't believe.
Right.
Jesus said you had to believe. It's a whole lot of gems that she's dropping here, and I hope y'all catching them. She's the Stellar Awards. She said, "I'm going to be on that stage," and within a year, she was on that stage. But she had to believe that. She had to believe that she was going to be on. Jesus said, "Believe it." and these mountains will be removed, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, to go on a tour and not have the money and not be prepared, I mean, that's David. That's David out with the sheep.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking about him. Ain't nobody,
Yeah.
he's not qualified. He smells like dung. And his father said, that's it. You anointed everybody. His father said that. His father forgot about him. Your family.
You're forgotten.
Yeah, your family was the same way. And it's such a testimony. And I love this so much because there's so many artists out there who are saying the same thing. I don't have the money. Black people, stop letting money stop you.
It's not. You can't be afraid of no. No means yes somewhere else. And you can't let what God only requires for us to do what we're capable of doing. And once I align myself and I'm doing what I can do, with the gift that God gave me, what I can't do ain't my responsibility.
Yeah.
That becomes God's job.
Absolutely.
And so I can't do his job, I can do mine.
Right.
And so I did my job. And then God did his.
Yeah.
And then they aligned themselves together.
And I feel like God prefers it that way.
Oh, absolutely.
He prefers it because some stuff you're not, they say God only, they only put so much on you that you can bear. I don't believe that. You will absolutely get more on you than you can bear, but it wasn't for you to bear anyway. It's for you to give it back to God.
Wait. Unpack that.
Right. So they say, how much you only get, God to put only so much on you that you can bear. In my life, in my experience, God has absolutely allowed more than I could bear because I wasn't supposed to bear it anyway. I was supposed to give it back to him. I was supposed to let him take the stuff that I can't do.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah. I'm supposed to let him. Listen, God will keep, I've known him to keep a certain amount of drama or trouble. He'll allow a certain amount in your life to keep you dependent on him. God, at the end of the day, God wants the glory, and we're going to give it to him, but we're not. So, when stuff is too big, it's not for you. You put it in God's hand, I walk away. That's what I do. I give it to him. I don't even think about it no more. I walk away like, if it's your will, it's your bill.
If it's, say that again.
If it's your will, it's your bill.
It's your bill.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay this. And I'm going to tell you something.
Consider that stolen.
You can have it. Listen, every business we ever had was that way. Every brick and mortar we had zero money, we had nothing. But that didn't stop us from looking. That didn't stop us from calling this place and saying, I want to see it, right? And then the guy says, well, we like you. Bring me so many thousands of dollars. And that's when I put it in God's hand. I said, Lord, if this is your will, if you want this to happen, this is your bill. And every single time the money came, every single time.
Wow.
We wait on money. And we say, well, I don't have the money to do A, B, and C. And God ain't told you to wait on no money.
Right.
He told you to have faith. He told you to believe. You're supposed to walk toward it. Act like you got it. I saw a post the other day. It was so good. It said, to fall asleep, you must first pretend to be asleep. And then it said, everything else in life is the same way. Whatever you're trying to do, pretend like you're doing it already. Right?
Somebody dropping nuggets.
Right? So, isn't that good?
That's
If
good.
you want to go to sleep, the first thing we do is close our eyes and pretend we sleep, and then we fall asleep. Whatever you're trying to do, pretend that you're doing it. Pretend that you're already
See
there.
yourself there.
Yeah, see yourself there. Right. You have to see it. But you talked about manifesting, right? Mm-hmm. We don't know the power of our words, Kim. Yeah. We really don't.
Because when I said I was going to the Stella Awards, my kids laughed.
And because you ain't been out that long.
It's like,
who are you?
No, I didn't even have a contract.
You ain't did nothing. Talk about some Stella Awards.
Nothing. I'm still singing in the choir.
But did it happen for you?
It happened.
Huh?
In less than a year. Be careful what you say because it just might happen.
It just might happen. And you know what? Everybody's not meant to go with you either. All the people that try to hold you back.
Yeah.
Some people, listen, Tim White said it the best. Some people are afraid of heights. Some people can't go to the height that you want because they're afraid of heights.
Yeah. They're
afraid of heights. They're afraid to go to that point. You know what I mean? And
they don't know how to dream.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Don't stop dreaming. This is good stuff. Anybody that's trying to do, and this is not just music. This is not just cooking. This is everything you do in life.
Right.
Faith is an action word. What are you doing to go after? Give God something to see to. We don't give God nothing to see to. He said, "Well, I was going, but you ain't gave me nothing. Give me something and watch me see to it.
Give me an assignment.
Come on." So now Now you've taken music and you've added cooking, and Kim can show enough throw down in that kitchen. Do you hear me? Throw down. And I'm gonna say this. This is why this is so important to me, because I believe that food is the first original love language.
Oh, absolutely.
Period. Period. It ain't listed as the 5 or 6 that's up there, but it's the main one, and I can prove it. Right? Food is the first way your parents showed you that they loved you, was by feeding you.
Gave you a bottle.
It's the first way, right? Food can take you back to the 90s. It can take you back to the 80s. You can see your mom and uncle sitting around the table if you eat the right thing. Food, it has such a emotional grab. I told my wife, I said, I can't explain it, but when you cook, it's something about, and bring me my plate. Now, some honor that I like too. And bring me my plate. It's a love. No, I'm so serious. It's a love that I cannot explain. But I saw my mama do it. I saw my mama bring my daddy his plate. I saw my mama cook for us and bring us food. It's something about, I think about the happiest times I've ever had, and they were coming home, sitting down, and eating some home cooked food and watching TV. And I had so much joy and happiness in me. You understand? From just something that felt so small. And now you're cooking and you're singing. You're ministering to the soul both ways. Talk about it. Speak on it.
So Reverend Jesse Jackson, maybe about 5 or 7 years ago, he came in the kitchen one time. I cooked for him for over 10 years. And he said to me, Kim Stratton feeds you body and soul. Mm-hmm. And so I wrote it down, and that became my motto. And after he passed, that thing woke up in me. Mm-hmm. It was like, that's what I do. Yeah. I feed your body food and your soul music. Mm-hmm. They're both my loves. Then they said, which one do you love the best? I love them equally, differently.
And they're both extremely powerful. Both. They're two very powerful mediums. Let's talk about music. It's the first form of wireless communication ever created. It gets there, but a different way, right? It's universal. Doesn't matter what language you speak. There are people who go on tour, and they're singing, and everybody in the audience is singing every word of the song. And then they get off their stage, and they don't speak English. But they know every word. Ain't that crazy? Powerful. We're talking about David delivering Saul from evil spirits without a church service, without oil, without prayer, without a shut-in, without a pastor. We're just talking about music. Just music. That's how powerful it is. And I admonish all my musicians out there, be very careful of the music and the atmospheres you set, because they're so powerful. And so now you got music, you got food, you got the love language. I mean, that's a powerful combination. Wow. That's a powerful combination.
And I had no idea that food would do what it did and what it's doing. Yeah. My phone wasn't, ringing a lot.
We'll say as much.
As much. I was trying to figure out the right word.
We'll say as much, because it definitely was ringing.
And so, but the bills were still coming in. So, yeah. And I was sitting there one day, and God said, use what's in your hand. I'm like, well, what's in my hand? Mm-hmm. And one day, I was taking a nap. I woke, and while I was asleep, my sister came to me in a dream. She passed away. Mm. And she said, why you letting my food die? And I was like, I said, well, I cooked, you baked. She said, don't let my cakes die. And so I got up out of that bed that day, got dressed, went to Bed Bath & Beyond and bought a cake mixer. Oh, wow. Brought it home. And 2 days later, I set it up. I made me a cake. And I posted it on Facebook. That was in 2009, I think.
Oh, wow.
And, no. It might have been 2011 or 12. 2011, 12. Mm-hmm. And I made a cake, and then people was like, that look good. You selling it? How much is that? I don't know. I said, let me get back to you.
Right. Let me crunch some numbers over here.
Yeah. And so I'm sitting here, and people want to order it and buy it. I wasn't ready for what was about to happen.
Wait a minute. Slow down now, because we starting to see some connections here. Because you wasn't ready for the music either. Wasn't ready for the tour either. Huh? God doesn't always call people that's ready. Matter of fact, majority of people are not ready. Right? Are not ready, and that's a common thing that I'm seeing in your testament. Go ahead. I just want to put it out there.
Oh wow! I'm like, oh, I need to give you an offering.
Sing all this to DDP Music World. This is what we do. This is therapy on screen. Ministry on screen.
Literally.
But that's good.
They asked me what I was. I said I'm a celebrity chef but when I said I was a celebrity chef, because y'all said I was a celebrity, so I said I'm a celebrity chef. But God said, "Oh, okay, you're a celebrity chef. Let's get you some celebrity clients." And then I started getting celebrity clients, and I was thrust into a business that I didn't have a business plan for. It wasn't on my bucket list. It just happened.
Yeah.
It happened. And it was, I loved it. It was my passion, but I never thought y'all would buy it. Just like I never thought y'all would buy a CD. It just happened.
Wow. It's so much stuff in here that I want to pack, but this show will go on forever. But she's dropping some golden gems here. And I really want y'all to hear about how God does things sometimes, and it don't. The Bible says only in hindsight will you understand what he's doing. Right? And so, you can't let not being prepared and what I don't know stop me. Yeah. Right? Because God is behind the scenes. He's an architect, right? He's moving. He's bringing people
God
in your life.
To do.
Yeah, he's exactly. And so you give him what to do, and you watch him move. That's so good, Kim. That's so good. So food for the mind, body, and soul.
Feeding your body and soul.
I love it. And you got other ministry on your hands. You got your granddaughter, who just so happens to be my goddaughter.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful. She's keeping you young and keeping you moving. And
let me tell you, I was at Ross the other day, and this little chick said to me, "Let's play hide and seek. You got to find me. I'm gonna be in some of these racks." I'm running through the store looking for an 8-year-old kid. You're close. Not yet. And so I'm trying to follow her voice. Right. And this girl hiding up under the rack in a bunch of clothes and stuff. I was like, there's never a dull moment.
I love that. Journey is look, she has been here before. Let's say that.
Yes.
That is a grown little woman.
I think she's a prophet in training.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I can absolutely see that. I can absolutely see that. And it probably will happen sooner than you think.
Oh, it's already happened. She's speaking in people's lives.
Yeah.
My girlfriend called, and she was going through a divorce. And Journey was listening, and, she wasn't saying all her business, but Journey heard enough. And I said, Journey, I saw her get real quiet. I said, Journey, you want to pray for her? She said, give me a minute. Let me think about it. And then she got real quiet. And then she opened her mouth and she spoke to that girl's issue.
Wow.
At 6 years old, and prayed the right prayer.
Wow.
The right prayer. What she didn't know was that she was hearing from God. Because she don't quite understand all that yet.
Where it's coming from.
So she knew that she just couldn't rattle off words. She had to zone in. And that's what she did.
That's a lot of maturity for a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
She's been here before. If y'all haven't met her, she's the most
on my Facebook
mature little girl you ever meet in your life. So smart. I'm so proud of her. She's going to do great things, and it's going to be amazing to see how she approaches life with you being her guardian, right? You're putting her in rooms that,
teaching her how to dream.
Yeah, and kids her age aren't open to that. And they're not.
Most of her friends have never been on an airplane.
Yeah.
Journey have been on about 30 flights.
Yeah.
Journey got a passport.
I love it. I love it. And she might end up doing some singing too.
Oh, she can sing. She
Yeah.
can sing. She models and she loves to. She can cook. I taught her how to use a knife. And on Saturdays, I'll be in the bed asleep, and she'll go in the kitchen and peel her potatoes, cut them. She peel it with a peeler, and then she slices them. And then she wakes me up and says, I peel my potatoes, can you cook them? And she's 7.
That's funny. That's funny.
And they were perfect.
No, I believe it. I believe it. She has the talent, you know, and the gifts. And it's going to be very interesting to see where she goes
It's
with
a
that.
great call on her life.
Yeah. So, talk about you've done a lot. You've done a lot. You've been around the world. You've seen different things. And one thing you were talking about when you went into the cooking thing that I wanted to address is knowing when to pivot and how to leverage that, right?
Yeah.
You say I'm a celebrity chef, but because of singing, you knew a lot of celebrities. You had a lot of celebrities' phone numbers, you know, and you can pivot. Learn how to use what you have to pivot. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Sometimes, even if you're not doing it anymore, sometimes the relationships you built with that are important. And you pivot to do something.
Them numbers ain't in your phone for nothing.
Right, they ain't in your phone for nothing. And don't be afraid. One thing about Kim that I can say, since she's never been afraid to do anything.
No.
Ever. No matter how far-fetched the ideas sound, she was never afraid. But when she went through with it, you find out that it's God ordained. You know, God, he tells us it don't make sense all the time. It ain't supposed to make sense.
I heard Vanessa Bell Armstrong say one time, if your dream don't scare you half to death, it ain't big enough.
It ain't big enough. It ain't big enough. Comfort is the killer of dreams.
Ooh.
Comfort. You're too comfortable. You're too complacent. Normally, anytime you're trying to go to the next level, you gotta get out of comfort.
Yeah.
You gotta get out of comfort. You gotta be uncomfortable because that's what it's gonna take to get to the next level.
Exactly.
Yeah. Get out of comfort. And I know people who have money and get comfortable and get stuck. You know, they get to a certain place and they say, well, this is all I dream for. And it's like, oh, God, I got more. Your dreams ain't enough. Obviously, you gotta have better dreams. Keep dreaming. Worst thing we can do is get old and stop dreaming. Get older and just forget about our dreams like there's not more purpose in us. There's not more people for us to touch. All right, I believe you've touched millions. You're going to continue to touch millions, and I think that's awesome.
Thank you.
I think that's awesome. So what? I mean,
So how did we meet? Now I'm interviewing.
how did we meet?
Yeah.
So I had a gig downtown. I forget. I think I was playing for a birthday party.
So you notice that he calling church events gigs.
I'm a musician at heart. Sorry.
Carnal.
Forgive me.
Carnal.
I had a ministry assignment. Is that what you were
Right. Thank you.
Politically correct. I had a ministry. Okay, let me get deep now. A ministry assignment. Ooh, and that thing weighed on me heavy. No, it didn't. They called me, and I was ready to go. And I went down there, and I'm playing. And now this wasn't the first time I had seen you, because I played at Apostolic for years. Apostolic always had you over there. But this was the first time I think I played behind you.
Up close and personal.
Right, up close and personal. And you were singing to a track, and the track went off. And of course, I picked up where it left off, and then we just started flowing, going different places. And it was organic. It just seemed natural. And I didn't think nothing of it. I played the rest of the service, we're going to call it, going to be politically correct, the service, the ministry assignment. And my wife came up to you and was like, you need to let my husband produce your next record. So it was my wife's fault.
And she said it with such conviction.
Wow.
She meant every word she said, to the point that I was like, well, let me talk to her. And continue.
Yeah, right. So, and I'm not sure exactly what happened after that. All I knew is a few days later, could have been the next day, a few days later, Kim Stratton was in my home studio, and we were talking about a project and a song. And I was sitting there. I'll never forget it, because I was nervous. I was nervous.
You
as
didn't
heck.
show it though.
Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, you're Kim Stratton. As soon as you smelt fear,
I was like, I'm out of here.
He's a rat.
Made a little watch.
How'd you smell? How'd you smell fear? It's been over with for me. So, I had to keep it together. And then, I know I can play. Now, if I don't know anything else, I know I can play. So that part wasn't the part. It was the producing part and making it what it was. And Kim Stratton said, look, this is the song I want to do, and I need you to make it a hit for me. Those are your exact words. I need you to make it a hit for me. I said, I got you. And I remember
I said, you got to get all the singers. I gave you the whole assignment.
Yeah, you sure did. And I'm glad that I picked the people that I picked. Shout out to Nisi.
Yeah.
Because Nisi really came through for me and arranged some background, which is how I met Gus and some other singers. Angel Feaster sung on that record. Mm-hmm. I can't think of the soprano name. It starts with M. But you'll know it if I say it.
Marche?
Was it Marche?
Was it Marche?
Yeah, Marche. Sure was. It was Marche. And so I had all of these, in my opinion, A-list background singers that were in there. And it was so many things that I would have done differently. For example, I wouldn't have had...
scared.
Yeah, I was. Very much so. And I wouldn't have had the background singers come to the session to learn the song and figure out what they were going to do. I would have them do that, not on the studio's dime, not on Kim's money.
Yeah,
they would spend so much
matter of fact, you owe me. I need a check.
Yeah, I do. Is it still on? Okay, we good. So, so I wasn't prepared. And I remember we were at Pressure Point, huge studio in the Loop.
Yeah.
And we were making decisions about what we were going to keep and what we're not going to keep. And I'm just sitting there like, man. And Kim's just sitting there looking like, all right, what we doing?
Because I gave him the job.
And I don't know. I got through it. I got through it, and it was definitely a learning process. But I really appreciate, number one, God sending you to me, and number two, you giving me a chance, right? Even when you knew I was scared, even when you knew that he may not have all that much experience, which I'm sure you did at some point, but you stuck with me, and we made it happen. We've been making albums ever since, and we've been knocking them out of the park, in my opinion. And so I really appreciate that.
So technically, he practiced on me.
Yes. That's what Bishop said. When I came to your church, he said, we let him practice on us. But sometimes that's what you got to do.
Yeah, somebody has to give somebody a chance.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because, I knew all the producers out. I could have called anybody.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Matter of fact.
And God said.
What was his name? Brandon Williams? What's his name was? He was the one, because he the one that, got you on everything.
Yeah.
Got you at the Stellas in no time. And,
We could have. But.
So, I was very, very humbled by that. But to see where my life has been since that time, is nothing but God, man. It's nothing but God. But he used you to allow me in that space that I was not prepared for. It's a common theme you're hearing tonight. Being prepared, not prepared. Sometimes they say, when preparation meets opportunity, but sometimes the opportunity comes and you ain't prepared.
Yeah.
And God knows you're not prepared, but he's called you to do it. He's going to give you everything you need to make it happen. As long as you realize that it's not you, it's him. And so, you keep God first and you say, hey.
Now he just tell me everything to do. I was in the kitchen. I was like, I'm done recording. I'm not doing this no more. And I said, let these young folk do it. Let's pass the mantle. And one day he called me out the blue. He says, I'm going to need you to put down the knife and pick up a mic. I said, what? He said, put down that knife and pick up that mic. It's time for you to get back into the studio. I said, nah, I'm good. Mm-hmm. He went and found the song he wanted me to sing. He had everything.
Yeah, I did.
Until the light. Yeah,
because I knew that there was more. I knew there was more, and I knew that your time...
He saw in me what I didn't see in myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you need people, and that's a good point to stop at. You need people around you who see things in you that you don't see for yourself.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about the people that only see the negative, because most people only see the negative, but people who can see the positive things. When I heard you sing, I'm like, singing is something. It's the weirdest thing, man. When a person can sing, it goes deep. it touches your heart. It touches your soul, especially if you resonate with what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And you up there talking about, listen, God's not just enough. He's more than enough. He's way more than you could ever think. And that has been a testimony of my life. Everything I've ever wanted from God, he's outdid that. He said, that's too small. No, we going up here. We're going, well, I don't see myself up there. That's okay. We're going to go up there anyway. And I thank God for
And
that.
the thing about what you did for me, you allowed me to let my guards down in music and to be vulnerable and to expose my flaws.
Yeah.
And after exposing my flaws in music, then you taught me how to maneuver around it, and you covered me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
He covered me.
That's what it's all about. A producer has such a huge job, right? It's not making beats, all right?
He thought he was my therapist.
Well, no, I'm so serious. I end up being that in that booth. You have to be people's therapist. You have to be their manager. You have to be some of everything, because a lot of people come in and, okay, they do the music, but then what's next? So now you got to be the visionary for them. Okay, well, let's get it serviced. Let's do A, B, C, and D. Like, because I have a vested interest in you being successful. Producers, you should have a vested interest in your artist being successful, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because when you walk across that stage, guess who's going to be right there with you? Yeah. Exactly. So, you know what I mean? I have a vested interest in my artist being successful. And I love what you said about being vulnerable. And that takes a lot, because you were in the industry way longer than me. You know, you knew things that I didn't know. And so for you to trust me with that says a lot.
Wow.
That says a lot. Well, I didn't see this going this way, but I'll take it.
And then he became my friend.
Right.
Right. You ever, sometimes you pick and choose friends because you see a quality in them
That you like.
and you see a camaraderie between you and that person, or you see some interest that they both have, and he's like, wow, that person has my core values, and I never saw you as my friend. I only saw you as my producer. And a few years passed, and then he became my dog.
And you know what? I do kind of know when it started to lean that way.
Yeah, I feel like you became my first BFF male friend.
Oh, wow. That says a lot.
Yeah.
That says a lot. And I know when it happened. This is what Bishop used to say to us all the time. If you can be there for someone in celebration and tribulation, you will have a friend for life.
For life.
For life. I remember when my mom passed and how you helped me through that. I remember when I left the church I had been at my whole life, and you helped me through that. That stuff means something. You know, you can say a lot of stuff out of your mouth, but when I need you, right? That's when it counts. I had musicians, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to say a particular musician that we just never kind of clicked. It wasn't that we didn't like each other, like we just didn't click, right? And he played at my mother's funeral. My friend called him to play at my mother's funeral. He became a friend for the rest of my life because of that. Because that meant something to me. You know, that he did that like that. I'm so okay. I don't know. It changed something. I can't even really explain it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I just looked at him differently, and I don't know. The Bible says to have a friend, you must first show yourself friendly. So I started showing myself more friendly and realized that was a relationship that I could cultivate into something, you know.
Because he kept all his stuff very private and very...
Oh, we're both that way. Don't even try. Don't even try.
Yeah, so, this is what I do. And, he knew how to separate church and state.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was a hard shell to crack.
Yeah.
To find out who Dave was behind the music.
Good. Behind the booth. Behind the music.
Yeah. Because the majority of people only know you in the booth.
Mm-hmm.
But very few people know you
Yeah, out of the booth. Yeah.
outside the booth.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't help that our birthdays were 2 days apart.
Yeah. So she's a female version of me. That didn't help at all.
Right. Exactly.
So we talking about the same stuff, laughing about the same things. And
I was like, God, he is so much like me, and he's a male.
yeah.
How weird is this?
Yeah, and you know what? I think another producer might have been afraid to be that open with you.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable. That's the word I'm looking for. Vulnerable.
But yet maintain a professional
yeah.
relationship.
Right, to get the job done. Because you can't be too
Yes.
laughy and now y'all ain't getting no work done. Like you have to. We had a great balance of both, and I really thank God for that. That's been wonderful for us. How long we been on this thing? I'm trying to think how much show we got left because I'm trying not to make it too long, but this is too
We
good.
do a part 1 and part 2.
Part 1 and part 2. Okay, we'll do part 1 and part 2. 44 and a half. Jeez, we almost an hour already. Lord have mercy. Listen.
How long is your show?
You know what? It's been going about 45 to an hour, but I really want to get it down to like half an hour, 50. People's attention spans are too short. You know, you don't want
unless you captivate them with.
Yeah.
You got to have a subject matter that like, whoa, what's he just say?
Yeah, and I think we got a lot of that today. We got a lot of gems. I didn't drop them on you, and you didn't drop them on me. Good stuff. Kim, I'm so glad that you took the time to come here because you could be doing anything. Kim lives in Houston and Chicago, so she's back and forth, stays busy, and for her to find time to come here, that means a lot to me.
Well, if I didn't show up, he was going to send the popo after me. Because the first time you tried to get me to sing, the stuff didn't happen. It didn't happen. And when you called me the second time, I said, okay, wait. That's something you don't do. You know, people don't. You ask somebody to do something.
Yeah. I'm like,
right,
forget you then.
Right, that's his personality.
On to the next, right? But no, not Kim.
But he gave me grace.
Yeah, Kim is my heart, so.
He gave me grace. And so when he asked me the second time, he gave me a time and told me when to be here. I was like, okay, boss.
You know what? Production was like that too. Because there was a lot of stuff that she didn't want to do. And I would be like, hey, Kim, I need you here Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Goodbye.
He didn't even give me a chance to go. Because I had conversation for him.
You gonna find a way to wiggle out of it. I was like, no.
I was like,
I need you at 7 o'clock. We're doing background work. Blah, 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 blah.
And then sometimes we had two differences of opinion about songs. Mm-hmm. And I saw it going this way. And he was like, no, that's not, no, we're not doing it that way. I'm like,
nigga.
Right, that word. And then I'm like,
listen,
the carnal side of me was like, I'm paying for this.
You are.
And then you gonna tell me how it's gonna work? Mm-hmm. And listen, and he got his way. We fought in the studio. I mean, not like fist fight, but verbally. We didn't always agree.
We didn't always agree. I wouldn't say fight. That's a strong word.
No, we don't fight.
No, I wouldn't say fight.
But you taught. We learned how to not cross lines.
Yeah.
And then I learned how to listen.
Yeah.
And just hear you out.
Yeah. And me too, because I'm going to tell you something. Difference of opinions make for a better decision every time.
Yeah.
And that's going to lead me somewhere else. But, you know, sometimes when you're looking for that significant other and that spouse, try not to have everything in common.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but two of the same people going to make the same decisions all the time. A lot of times your spouse need to be the opposite of you. My wife is the opposite. Yeah. And that makes for better decisions. Because
and he has the best wife ever.
Amen.
He has the best wife ever.
Amen. I don't even know how I got that
shit for you. Yeah. If you ever call me one day and say y'all not making it out, like the devil be damned.
Get it together. Whatever it is, don't even matter. Get it. And you saying something that's so true. What God gave me, you know how people say hire your weaknesses?
Yeah.
That's what God gave me. He gave me everything that I was not. My wife is extremely strong in administrative work. She's extremely strong in gifts and business and seeing things like, okay, you need to do A, B, and C. Anybody who calls her for a consultation, they get off that phone, they ready to take over the world. That's the type of person that she is. And I thank God for blessing me with that because
she's amazing.
I know I don't deserve that, but God saw fit to give me what I needed, which is why I can move the way I move and I can do the things that I can do because I have a partner that can see things that I can't see. For you husbands out there, right? God can show your wife things that he don't show you. I know y'all don't believe that's true. I know you believe that you the head, God gonna talk to you first, then gonna talk to your wife. That is not always the truth. Sometimes men can be too hard-headed. Sometimes we not listening too much. We're doing too much talking. And sometimes God will give it to her. It pays to listen to your wife. It pays dividends to listen to your wife. And I'm not going to say they always right, but they always right. That's how I'm going to say that.
Pretty much.
They ain't always right, but even when they wrong, there's some right in there somewhere, right?
Right.
So, learn to listen to your wife because it'll cut your time in half. It will literally cut your time in half. You know what makes a woman a woman? It ain't all it's how he made it. It's definitely the physical parts, but it's her mind. It's a woman's mind is what makes her a woman. Women don't think like men.
Nope.
They don't think like men. They like chess players. They 13 moves ahead. Right? You trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for number 2, and she on 14 trying to figure it out. And my wife will say, "Come on, catch up, cause I'm here, and I need you to get there with me." I said, "I'm along for the ride." And you know what? I had to learn that early because I would not listen to my wife when I was younger. We got married in our 20s. My wife was 23 and I was 26, and I didn't listen all the time. And everything she said would start to come true. The proof is in the pudding. I can't deny that you said it and I didn't listen and it happened anyway, And so God said, you need to start listening to your wife. And I did. And my life is a testament of that.
Wow.
Is a testament of that. Let me tell you something. The black woman is one of the most gifted, and I'm not going to say most, I'm going to say is the gifted, most gifted and wisest thing on this planet. I don't care what nobody say.
Amen.
I don't care what nobody say. She is the
Say that again. Say it again.
God put something in our women that he just didn't get everybody.
Mm.
He just didn't get everybody. It's something. Listen, we are God's chosen people, whether you believe that or not. Mm-hmm. It's who do we look down on as a culture? What other race do we look down on? Now, we may be judgy, we may talk, but we don't look down on anybody. Every race looks down on us. Every last one of them. Why? Because we're God's chosen people. We're more creative. We're faster. We're stronger. We invented everything. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can talk about it now. I can talk about it, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's why we're fought so hard. But it pains me that as a black man, we don't protect our women more, right? You should never be out in public and see a guy beating on a black woman and not intervene or not say, you know what I mean? Like, protect them because God calls them the weaker vessel. Right? Mm-hmm. So he put us there to protect the husband, the band around the house. I'm the protector. I'm supposed to protect her.
Would you stop the fight?
Me?
If a man was...
Absolutely. I've done it. Yeah, I've done it. I've not minded my own business because I saw a helpless woman getting beat by a man, and she couldn't.
But did God tell you to do that?
I don't know if God told me to do it. I think God told me. I just don't like to see it. Mm-hmm. I have a daughter. And anytime I see that, it just it does something to me because the first thing I think about is my daughter and some nigrumps touching my daughter and what that would do. Like, I'd be in jail. I'd be like, Kim, get the bail money ready because And so I feel that same way when it comes to I feel like our women are the most unprotected, and so more black men need to step up and just protect them. That's just my personal thing. So
I like that.
Yeah, and I have stepped in, and it has, it got bad, but normally a man will respect another man before he respects the woman, because they know that man can get with him. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't gonna be no easy. You know what I mean? And so, I don't know what happened after that, but I just know it pains me to see that. I can't see no black woman getting cussed out. and hit. I see these videos on TikTok of women getting hit and beat and stuff. I can't even watch it.
Ooh.
I can't even watch it because I have a daughter and I have a wife, and that just means something different to me. It means something different to me now. I can't see it. I can't even look at it. I can't even look at it.
I don't understand how, if that happens, how women stay.
Yeah. Well,
That's another show.
Yeah, it's a whole nother show. Number one, it's always more convenient to go back. Always. It's what you're used to.
Well, it's your comfort zone.
Yeah, it's your comfort zone. And you know what a lady told me one time? I forget what I was watching. But he said, if you stay in an abusive relationship, and I wasn't being abused. He was talking about somebody else. But if you stay in an abusive relationship, it don't get better. It just gets worse. The next thing is just pick up the gun and shoot you. Right? Because something is wrong. Something is off. When a man can put his hands on you, something is missing. Something wasn't taught, right? Someone wasn't taught about the value of a woman and how she is the weaker vessel. Why are you beating on her? For what reason?
Well, maybe he saw his father do that.
Oh, of course he did.
It's learned behavior.
Of course. Some of it's not. Now, I have seen men who didn't see their father do that, and they still end up being buttholes. But, a lot of it is what you said. It's learned behavior. And sometimes it's resentment for the mother. We don't talk about that. The son and the mother didn't have the best relationship. And so now he's out here looking for what he missed. And now he's taking it out on these women who don't even see it coming. They blindsided because, we always put our representative first. When I meet you, you're not meeting me. You meet my representative.
That's good.
You mean the person that represents me. It takes 10 years to know anybody. Anybody. And I'm going to tell you something about women. It takes longer to learn women. Okay, gotcha. It takes longer to learn women because you're not the same person you were 10 years ago.
Absolutely not.
Right? You're constantly changing. The Bible says a man that findeth a wife. He put DETH, find death, because you got to keep finding her. Every day you got to keep finding because he's constantly changing. And you got to keep up with that. Mm-hmm. Ain't that good?
That's real good. That'll preach.
That'll preach good. I may preach. Listen, I have enjoyed every second of this, Kim. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and I will definitely have you back because it's my prerogative. I love your show, and I love having you. But you have been enjoying. We have dropped some gems. Please like and share the broadcast. Okay, leave your comments. Anything that you give to us, any type of contribution, we love it. It's good for the show. Okay, share, tell people about it. Thank you, Kim. Appreciate it. This is my friend right here. I love her so much. All right, y'all.
Born to start something already finished. No coincidence. I'll cherish it, won't take it for granted. I'm supposed to be here. Told my mommy and daddy to make me. Knew this would be my career. I'm living my life on purpose. Hey, doing what I'm supposed to do in my life on purpose. Each and every day, every moment I'm aware. In my life on purpose. Living a purpose-driven life. Ooh, he created my pretty brown eyes. Hey, big feet, 32 teeth.